Welcome to Bears News Fan Report, your home for everything Chicago Bears. I'm here to bring you the freshest updates, the hottest rumors, and the most detailed analysis of our beloved team. And trust me, what I'm about to share with you today is something that will make every single Bears fan smile from ear to ear. This is a story about how one decision, one massive move from our front office, continues to pay dividends in ways we couldn't have imagined. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why December 2025 might just be the most exciting month in recent Chicago Bears history. You know that feeling when everything just clicks? When the stars align and suddenly all the pieces of the puzzle fall into place? That's exactly where we are right now as Bears fans. But before I reveal the massive news that dropped this weekend, I need to take you back to a moment that changed the trajectory of this entire franchise. A moment that seemed risky at the time, a moment that had some fans questioning the decision, but a moment that Ryan Poles knew would define his legacy as our general manager. I'm talking about a trade that happened before the 2023 NFL Draft, a trade that involved the Carolina Panthers, and a trade that is still giving us gifts to this very day. Think about where we were just a couple of years ago. We had the first overall pick in the draft, the most valuable asset in football. Teams were lining up, ready to mortgage their future for that pick. And Poles had a vision. He saw something that not everyone could see at that moment. He understood that building a championship team isn't just about one player. It's about accumulating talent across the board. It's about creating depth. It's about setting up the franchise for sustained success. So he made the call. He traded that number one overall pick to the Carolina Panthers, and in return, we got something absolutely incredible. Let me break down what we received in that Blockbuster deal, because this is where it gets really good. We got DJ Moore, one of the most consistent and talented wide receivers in the entire league. We got the 2023 first-round pick that became Darnell Wright, who has been an absolute rock on our offensive line. We got the 2023 second-round pick that turned into Tyrique Stevenson, a cornerback who has shown flashes of being a shutdown defender. We got the 2024 first-round pick, and oh boy, that pick became none other than our franchise quarterback, Caleb Williams. And we got the 2025 second-round pick that brought us Luther Burden, an explosive playmaker who's adding another dimension to our offense. 5 impact players from one single trade. Let that sink in for a moment. But here's where the story takes an even more incredible turn. Fast forward to this past weekend, Week 13 of the 2025 season. The Carolina Panthers, the same team that gave us all those assets, the same team that's been struggling to find their footing, pulled off something absolutely stunning. They went into their game against the Los Angeles Rams and delivered a performance that nobody saw coming. The final score, Panthers 31, Rams 28. Carolina knocked off one of the NFC's top contenders in a game that had massive playoff implications across the conference. Now you might be wondering, why does this matter so much to us as Bears fans? Why am I spending so much time talking about a Panthers victory? Well, here's where I need you to pay close attention, because this is the moment that changes everything. Thanks to Carolina's upset win over the Rams, combined with how other results played out across the NFC in Week 13, the Chicago Bears entered Week 14 in a position that would have seemed absolutely impossible just 12 months ago. Are you ready for this? The Chicago Bears are currently the number one seed in the NFC. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Chicago Bears are team sitting at the top of the entire conference as we flip the calendar to December. I need to pause here for a second because I want this to really register. After everything we've been through as fans, after years of disappointment and frustration, after watching other NFC North teams dominate while we struggled, we are now the number one seed in the conference. The team that everyone called fool's gold earlier this season. The team that critics said couldn't beat real contenders. The team that was dismissed as pretenders rather than contenders. We're sitting at the very top of the NFC mountain right now, and it feels absolutely incredible. Let's talk about how we got here, because this isn't just luck or a fluke. This is the result of systematic improvement, smart decision-making, and a commitment to building something special. Remember last season when Caleb Williams was forced to struggle through a nightmare scenario? Poor coaching, an offensive line that couldn't protect him, a system that didn't put him in position to succeed. It was painful to watch our talented young quarterback get beaten down week after week. But Ryan Poles saw the problem, and more importantly, he fixed it. The hiring of Ben Johnson as our head coach was the first massive step. Johnson brought with him an offensive mind that's creative, adaptable, and quarterback-friendly. He knows how to maximize talent, he knows how to scheme players open, and he knows how to put Caleb Williams in positions where he can showcase that incredible arm talent and football IQ. Then Poles went to work on the offensive line, investing resources and draft capital to build a wall of protection in front of our franchise quarterback. Darnell Wright, who we got from that Panthers trade, has been a cornerstone of that rebuilt line. The transformation has been remarkable. Caleb Williams looks like a completely different quarterback this season. He's confident, he's decisive, he's making throws that only elite quarterbacks can make. DJ Moore, another gift from that Panthers trade, has been an absolute monster as his number one target. Luther Burden is providing that explosive element that stretches defenses vertically. The offensive line is giving Williams time to operate, and defensively we're playing with an edge and intensity that's making life miserable for opposing offenses. This is a complete team, firing on all cylinders at exactly the right time. And then came Black Friday, the moment when everything changed in terms of national perception. The defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles came to town, and we absolutely demolished them. It wasn't close, it wasn't competitive. We dominated one of the NFC's premier teams from start to finish, and suddenly all those national analysts who had been dismissing us as frauds had to eat their words. The Bears aren't just a good team, we're a legitimate threat to win the entire NFC. We're the team that nobody wants to face in January. So here we are, sitting as the number one seed in the NFC. And we owe a huge debt of gratitude to the Carolina Panthers. They gave us the assets that built this roster. They gave us DJ Moore, Darnell Wright, Tyreek Stevenson, Caleb Williams, and Luther Burden. And then, just when we needed another boost, they went out and beat the Rams to help us climb to the top of the conference standings. Panthers fans might be having a rough season, but they've been the gift that keeps on giving for Chicago Bears fans. We should all tip our caps to Carolina, because without them, none of this would be possible. Now, let's talk about what this means moving forward. Being the number one seed in December is great, but it doesn't mean anything if we don't finish the job. We still have games to play, we still have challenges ahead, and we still need to prove that we can maintain this level of excellence through the stretch run and into the playoffs. But the pieces are in place. The talent is there. The coaching is exceptional. And most importantly, the belief is real. This team knows it can beat anyone, and that confidence is contagious. Ben Johnson deserves enormous credit for what he's done with this roster. He inherited a talented but underachieving group and turned them into the hottest team in the NFC. His offensive schemes are creative and unpredictable. His ability to develop Caleb Williams has been nothing short of masterful. And his leadership has created a culture where players believe in themselves and in each other. That's what great coaches do, and we got a great one leading our team. The Ryan Poles trade with Carolina will go down as one of the most lopsided and brilliant moves in franchise history. 5 impact players from one deal. 5 pieces that are contributing to a potential championship run. That's the kind of asset accumulation and roster building that separates good general managers from great ones. Poles saw the big picture when others might have taken the safe route, and it's paying off in spectacular fashion. So where do we go from here? We keep our foot on the gas. We keep playing with that same intensity and focus that got us to this position. We keep believing in this team and supporting them through every snap of every game. And we enjoy this moment because moments like this don't come around often. The Chicago Bears are the #1 seed in the NFC, and we're just getting started. Before I wrap this up, I want to hear from you. What do you think about this incredible journey we're on? How do you feel about that 2023 trade with Carolina now that we can see all the pieces in action? Do you believe this team can go all the way? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I love hearing from Bears Nation, and your insights make this community special. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on everything Chicago Bears, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'm here every single day bringing you the latest news, the deepest analysis, and the most passionate coverage of our beloved team. Share this video with your fellow Bears fans because we're all in this together, and the more voices we have in this community, the stronger we become. Let's ride this wave all the way to the playoffs and beyond. Bear down, and I'll see you in the next one.